Well, joining me now, Republican Congressman from South Carolina, Joe Wilson, a member of the House Armed Services and Foreign Relations Committees. He is also one of two current members of Congress who's actually been to Pyongyang. Congressman, thanks for joining us tonight.
Shannon, I appreciate our shared Virginia heritage.
Yes, we have that in common. So let's talk about what happened in this letter from the president today. Kristen reported on it and had some passages, including this one as well. The president says, you talk about your nuclear capabilities, but ours are so massive and powerful that I pray to God they will never have to be used. Do you think that there were carrots and sticks in this letter? What do you think works better with North Korea?
Well, what I see is promises made, promises kept. The president promised that unless the negotiations could lead to denuclearization, the removal of nuclear weapons, that he would withdraw. And in fact, this week we know that the North Korean Foreign Ministry actually issued a threat. And so the president, I think, acted decisively. And then we see that the response is that North Korea now says, we'll meet anytime, anywhere.
It is interesting how quickly it seems that turned around, that coming from the vice foreign minister there tonight saying, hey, this isn't the way we thought this was going to go. Let's get back together and keep talking. What do you make of the fact that the left has immediately jumped on this? We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but saying, he's not going to get the Nobel Prize. He really doesn't know what he's doing. And even some members of Congress on the left have said, listen, we're glad the president walked away. We think it was the right thing for him to do, but he still doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, it's another example of Trump derangement syndrome. But the good news for the American people, we have the leadership of Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Ambassador John Bolton, Ambassador Nikki Haley. The president has a team in place that will protect American families.
All right, I want to read this statement that we're getting from the North Korean leader, the first vice foreign minister. And what they're saying tonight, the abrupt announcement of the cancellation of the meeting is unexpected for us, and we cannot but find it extremely regrettable. We again state to the U.S. our willingness to sit face-to-face at any time in any form to resolve the problem. How quickly do you think the White House responds, or does this get back on track? Does that June 12th date hold? Do they hold out for a bit? What do you think happens next in this?
Well, again, the good news, whether it be June the 12th or whenever, the door is still open. And there's already been an achievement, the release of the hostages of a regime that murdered Otto Warmbier, the UVA student. And so how far we've come, and I'm just so proud of President Donald Trump and the difference he's making, again, for American families.
And he did thank the North Koreans in his letter very nicely, saying it was a beautiful thing that they had done, allowing those 3 Americans to come home. There was a lot of praise for him in this letter, and it was something that House Minority Leader Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi actually sort of made fun of. She said that Kim Jong Un must be having a giggle fit reading this letter. She said that it was way too nice and almost a Valentine to the North Korean leader.
Well, I think it was a well-written letter. I thought it was pretty interesting, and it doesn't have to be so diplomatic. The bottom line is we have a leader who's protecting American families. Hey, today's a big day. The National Defense Authorization Act was passed by Congress. We are rebuilding the military. Again, the president living up to his promises to rebuild our military for peace through strength.
Let me quickly ask you, you've seen the video of the supposed demolition of the nuclear test site. It was said that there were explosives used. They collapsed all the tunnels and buildings underneath. What do you make of that? Do you think that's a legitimate way to assess this? I mean, we don't have experts on site there.
Well, we don't have full verification, but that's encouraging, too. Who would have ever imagined? We already know the far left would have dismissed this as not being able to ever occur. Well, whatever occurred was a step forward, and again, I'm grateful for the leadership of Donald Trump.
All right, Congressman Joe Wilson, great to see you tonight, sir.
Thank you.